Greetings, friends. We are very pleased to have this moment to speak with you today.
Planet Earth appears to be going through hell. War, destruction, poverty, starvation, terrorist attacks, and illness, these only begin the list of horrors. Has the time arrived when humanity is able to digest the phenomenal reality of just how simple it could be to shift the Earth's vibration? Is it time to enter the next 1,000-year cycle? An age foretold with peace and light and beauty?
This is one of the greater questions of your age. For it has to do far less with when, but how Earth and her beings may rise in vibration to begin experiencing a far higher reality than you have seen in eons of your time. We would say that one of the reasons you are experiencing the dissatisfaction you feel with how Earth is functioning now, is that you are yourself aware of your own ever-increasing vibration. You have an increasing awareness of how beautiful the Earth life could be, if the majority held a higher consciousness. This extends beyond the current challenges of dealing with extreme weather and climate change, armed conflict, violence on the streets or in the home, and illnesses and disorders that you know intuitively have been cured, though the cure is kept hidden from the public. This issue extends into the entire realm of each person's soul purpose, and why you are here. When you move into that issue, as you lift above the chaos that is Earth's current frequency, you enter a completely different realm. For then you are no longer asking, when will we get it? When will we finally surrender our guns for peace, feed and house everyone, see the divine light in one another, and fall in love with that? At that point, you have left behind your attention to what is, to outer circumstance. You have then reclaimed your magician's ability to envision, to think in terms of what you will create next. You are, in fact, asking a far simpler question, one of the few you ever need to ask: what did I come here to do? How do I serve humanity's and my own higher good? How do I naturally live in the energies of joy, peace, and divine love, so that others pick up on the beauty of that, and aspire to live there also? Even as you and millions of others are asking those questions, Earth is now entering the next stage or cycle on her timeline, and it is an age that extends very far beyond the 1,000 years you mention. And to usher in this beautiful era of the Sat Yuga, as the Hindus call it, a time of unprecedented peace, prosperity, progression, and beauty, you need not wait for things to improve, or wonder why things are moving so slowly. We would call upon every heavenly help you could conceivably imagine, as well as your intergalactic brothers and sisters, and require their assistance at levels unknown and unheard of since the fall of Earth into the third dimension. And more than that, realize your own connection to these great beings. It is time to come out of the feeling that so many looking to the heavens have sunk into over the eons, this feeling that though you have cried out for help, none is coming to you. Earth herself cried out for help when the weight of this form of existence became too heavy, too painful, too damaging for her to carry out any longer. And the answer that came from higher realms was you. You heard Earth's cries, and you volunteered to step forward and say yes, committing to living yet another Earth life on the most pained and troubled planet in the solar system. You stepped forward with the mission of anchoring higher light on the planet, in human consciousness, in this entire quadrant of the galaxy. All for the purpose of not only establishing divine love as the new normal for Earth life, but celebrating it. This is why we remind lightworkers, or spiritual seekers, light warriors, starseeds, choose any label you like, they are all too small to hold your true vibration, that you are not passive recipients of what flows before you as you observe life on your planet, any more than you need be passive recipients of what is happening in your own lives. As co-creators, you are here to change or influence something that you see has low vibrational purpose and intention. You are here to realize each time you see a condition, thought, or emotion that is crying out for healing, renewal, or a new life, that you are the one who can lift it to a higher level, even when you are convinced that it was your vibration that created that condition in the first place. This is why you cannot go it alone, dear ones. You are in a human body, and the frailty and limits of that existence are considerable, particularly as you walk the ascension path. Everything unlike pure love is now rising to the surface to be healed or transformed, while you experience cellular, heart-mind, and etheric transformation. For that journey, and for all Earth journeys, you need help, support, encouragement, inspiration. Call out for them, and demand them from your higher self. You will not be abandoned. You will be led to exactly what you need, if you will only ask for this assistance. We recommend to many that they listen to inspiring, high vibrational music whenever they feel to be at a low frequency in heart, mind, body, or spirit, or simply as a part of their day. These can be found online on YouTube, on certain websites, or purchased as recordings. We recommend reading inspiring books that encourage you to turn your thoughts and energies, your focus and attention, to abundance, joy, fulfillment, love, and living out your life purpose in joyful ways. The best of these books will, as with the one you are reading now, hold higher energies that do the job of lifting your outlook to where you see yourself not as the passive receiver of Earth's current conditions, but as a powerful influencer. One who helps to set the tone for how the world sees itself, and what it sees as necessary, possible, and real. Your vibration alone influences thousands of people. You are even now beaming out a transmission of light and higher energies that reach thousands of miles beyond where you now sit. If you want to see more peace in the world, you must exude that vibration as the new reality. We strongly suggest that you release all need to watch anything that is not peaceful, to cease watching any film, television, news reports, videos, music, which often is not music, but chaotic entrainment, that portrays or describes acts of violence, whether between a few people or between whole countries. Even economic news that takes a downward turn can feel to be a form of violence, as your subconscious will be quietly calculating, as you listen to the news report or commentary, how many thousands or millions of people will be affected by a sudden downturn in the markets. There is so much in that one phrase alone, oft repeated in the media, that is intentionally designed to lower your vibration and set you into anger, hopelessness, and feelings of loss. That is reason enough to no longer listen to news reports. We are aware that there are alternative news outlets, programs, and reports that are insightful on spiritual levels, and that seek the true nature of that which is being reported in the mainstream media. Yet carefully watch your vibration as you listen to these. Are you heartened by them, or disappointed? Are you feeling empowered, or weakened? If you are feeling anything that is not positive and strengthening to you, do as any sensible parent would do. If your child was watching something that showed violence or some form of struggle without resolution in sight, inviting passivity, desensitization, and helplessness on the part of the viewer, you would turn it off immediately. We say this not to discourage you from knowing what is happening in the world, but to limit your intake of that information, and you live in information-obsessed times, so that you are mainly taking in only that which feeds you on a soul level, and not that which depletes you. Dense or negative news will have a harder time wearing you down if you are in the habit of not listening any further than the first few sentences that introduce what is going to be announced or discussed. That is often all you need to grasp the basics of a situation. And often, even that is more than you are truly interested in. You have simply been mentally programmed to need to know what is happening everywhere, and to sink yourself into the hyper-emotional stance of most news reports, as if all of Earth's fate hung in the balance with that one story. That is the sort of holding your breath and wondering what will happen next unhealthy excitement, a concentration on the low vibrational, that we would like you to step away from. It is vital, not just a nice idea, but vital, that you take time every week and in a smaller way, every day, to steep yourself in that which, for you, describes the new earth. Go out of your way to find beautiful and inspiring pieces of music or artwork, inspiring films, quiet and replenishing time spent in nature, time with loved ones, reading inspiring stories, or laughing at comedies or life situation, getting your diaphragm engaged in the process of expunging the deep emotions that lie buried there.